the CCP-made drones and electronics appeared in Russia-Ukraine war, and also similar weapons used to support Hamas attack on Israel. And CCP military has advanced so rapidly, with some systems now rivaling those of the U.S. Yet, I think the global reliance on the CCP supply chains has kept much of the world silent until Trump stepped in. So how long will it take for the U.S. to fully decouple, you think, there?
I don't know if you could fully decouple. I mean, President Trump has been kind of adamant about this, I'm not so sure total decoupling is even an option. And I say that as someone that's worked on decoupling for years. I think it's pretty obvious now strategic decoupling is underway. Overall decoupling, I don't know if it can happen or not. I think part of the decoupling is that the countries of East Asia are taking back more jobs and being much more hesitant about trading with the CCP. So I think this is going to evolve. I think we're going to focus first on strategic decoupling and the repair of supply chains in the United States and with our allied partners. But folks should understand something. We got our work cut out for us. You know, the economic war the Chinese Communist Party has been running on us. They were with the full embargo we have, because President Trump went up the escalatory ladder in response to what they tried to play games with this, set an embargo between the two countries. Nothing was coming. The Chinese economic infrastructure was collapsing. The Chinese actually needed a deal to get some relief. That being said, I think it's pretty evident that the Chinese Communist Party under Xi have been preparing for this war, this economic war that they're already in, but to go to the next phase for many years. And to put the burden on the Chinese people. The United States just was not as prepared as I think we needed to be. And that's a reality. I think they're going to work it out in this trade deal. But look, I was there for the Lighthizer 2-year deal that Lighthizer Navarro and Jameson Greer as Lighthizer's deputy negotiated with Lee He. I mean, that deal took care of all the seven sins. And Miles was the first one to call it. Miles told me, he says, I don't think they'll ever sign it. And I go, why? They've been negotiating for 2 years. He says, because this will make them subservient to the foreign devils, and they won't be able to sell that internally to the rest of the cadre. And it also takes away their ability to skim 20% of the top of the state-owned industries they own. That's how they fund, basically, the Chinese Communist Party. He was always a skeptic, and guess what? He turned out to be right. After 2 years of negotiation, a deal that were taking care of all the problems that exist today. After 2 years of negotiation, they just essentially tore it up and spit in our face.
Yes.
So this shows you how, strategically, how tough they are to corner. And I just think everybody ought to be very aware that it's not going to be easy dealing with these guys.